before we start the next little app in our project, I want to fire up the server and make sure the installation was correct. It looks like we have everything we have, but I want to just make sure by checking the server. So if we come back here, we can type in Python manage.py and make sure you're in the directory that has the manage.py file, right? So manage.py and then run server. So Django comes with a little lightweight web server that allows us to view our project as we build it out. So you see here we have 14 unapplied migrations, this error thing. We'll look at that in just a minute. That's common, that always happens. But now we can, you see right here it says starting the development server at http 127.0.0.1:8000. This 127.0.0.1, that's local host. So we can pull up our web browser and just navigate to local host, or you can type in that 127 thing. They mean the same thing. And then :8000. And if everything worked correctly, we get this cool little screen with a little rocket ship, installation work, congratulations, Yahoo, right? So we know that's working. Now, if we head back to our PowerShell, we see the server is now running in this PowerShell, which means we need to start another PowerShell in order to do other stuff. I mean, we could keep using that PowerShell, but we'd have to turn off the server and then restart the server every time we wanted to run a command. So I always just start a new PowerShell. So let's cd into c/Django, what do we call that? Django project. And then we need to turn on our virtual environment. Remember to do that again. So /scripts/activate. And we get the little parentheses so we know it's been activated. Now we need to cd into my_site. And we can see now we're in the directory that has the manage.py. And now you see this DB SQLite 3, a database has started when we ran the server. That's why we're getting these migration errors. Migration is a database thing, we don't really care about it. But in order to get rid of these migration errors, we can just go Python manage.py and then migrate. So we're pushing those 14 migrations into the database. So that'll get rid of that error. We didn't really need to do that, but we can do that. Another thing I want to look at really quickly, if we pull up our settings or our urls.py, we see this admin path, right? So what is that? Well, we can go to admin and we get this Django administration login page. So it asks for your username and password. We haven't created that yet, but we can now. So let's do that. So let's go Python manage.py. And then create super user. Now to ask you for a username, I'll just call myself admin. Email address, leave it blank. Password, I'm just gonna type in password. Type it again. Super user created successfully. So now we can type in admin, type in our password, and boom, we get this cool little Django administration area. And if we click here, we can see our user. Here's our admin we just created. And we can change stuff around. We can type in John Elder, john@codemy.com. We can save that. Boom. You can click on here and then change password if you want, all kinds of cool stuff. So this is kind of interesting because this is the Django administration area, but what we're going to be creating is a user authentication system that ties into this Django administration area. Because right here, Django is already built in with all of this authentication stuff for our admin area. So we can tap into that to make creating our own authentication system much easier. So we're going to use all the stuff that Django already has for this to make our stuff quicker and easier. So in that sense, they sort of tie together. We're not going to use this a whole lot. We might look at this again later on just for testing purposes when we build our own authentication system. For instance, if we add new users, we'll be able to see those users here, right? So that's kind of cool. So we might look at that in a bit. We'll just have to see. So that's the administration system. This is the Django start page. In the next video, we're going to build our first app and start to go from there. So I know we were going to do that in this video. We kind of got a little sidetracked looking at the admin area and stuff, but we'll look at that